Your mood. We live in a society that worships feelings. We are told to follow our feelings, to honor our truth. But here is the dangerous reality. Your feelings are transient. They are weather. They change like the wind. If you base your life on your mood, you will build on quicksand. You cannot build a legacy on I don't feel like it. Winning in every situation requires you to decouple your performance from your feelings. This is what separates the amateur from the professional. The amateur works when they feel inspired. The amateur treats people well when they are in a good mood. The professional shows up and delivers excellence even when they are grieving, even when they are exhausted, even when they are terrified. Think about the pilot of an airplane. When the turbulence hits, when the storm rages and the alarms start blaring, do you want a pilot who reacts with mood? Do you want a pilot who screams, cries, or gets angry at the wind? No. You want a pilot who feels the fear but acts with precision. You want a pilot who has trained their mind to be stronger than their emotions. You are the pilot of your life. But right now, you are letting the passengers fly the plane. Your emotions, fear, anger, jealousy, insecurity are banging on the cockpit door, and you are letting them in to take the wheel. This is why you lash out at your spouse when you've had a bad day at work. This is why you impulse buy things you don't need when you feel sad. You are trying to medicate a mood instead of mastering it. The Stoics had a word for this, apatheia. It doesn't mean apathy or not caring. It means being unshakable. It means that your inner peace is a fortress that the outside world cannot breach. Someone insults you, that is their problem, a reflection of their character, not yours. You lose money, it is a preferred indifferent, nice to have, but not essential to your character. When you realize that nothing outside of you has the authority to disturb your inner world without your permission, you become dangerous. You become unrecognizable. Imagine the power you would have if you couldn't be offended. Just imagine it. If someone cut you off in traffic and you didn't even blink, if your boss criticized your work and instead of spiraling into self-doubt, you looked at the feedback objectively, took the lesson, and discarded the hurt, that is freedom. That is the neurobiology of situational dominance. It's the ability to widen the gap between stimulus and response. In that gap, there is a choice. The stimulus happens, the bad news, the insult, the failure. Most people react instantly. They are robots programmed by their trauma. But you are going to learn to pause. You are going to breathe into that gap. And in that silence, you choose a response that serves your future, not your ego. You choose dignity over drama. You choose solution over suffering. But how can you control your mood if your environment is chaos? You can't. Which is why we have to talk about the resource that dominates your environment, your money. Now pause. Notice your reaction to that word. Did you tense up? Did you feel a wave of shame or greed or defensiveness? Your reaction to money tells me everything about your level of self-control. Money is not just currency, it is a magnifying glass. If you are undisciplined, money will make you reckless. If you are anxious, money will make you paranoid. But if you are wise, money becomes a tool for freedom. The problem is not that you don't earn enough. The problem is that you don't respect what you have. You treat money like it's something to be gotten rid of. As soon as it touches your hands, you trade it for temporary pleasures, for the mood, for the mouth. You buy things to impress people you don't like. You buy things to fill a void in your soul that no object can fill. This is the consumer trap. They have hacked your dopamine receptors to make you believe that the next purchase will finally make you happy. It won't. It never does. It just moves the goalpost. To win in every situation, you must regain sovereignty over your resources. This requires the pain of discipline. It requires delayed gratification. This is the marshmallow test for adults. Can you suffer a little bit today? Drive the older car, cook the meal at home, wear the same clothes so that you can be free tomorrow. Most people fail this test every single day. They choose the immediate pleasure and mortgage their future. There is a rule, the 50-30-20 rule. And while the math is simple, the psychology is hard. It asks you to look at your life and say, no, no to the impulse, no to the ego, no to the marketing. When you start controlling your money, you start controlling your time. And when you control your time, no longer be bought. Think about the leverage you have when you have 6 months of expenses in the bank. Your boss can't bully you because you don't need the paycheck next Friday to survive. You can walk away from a toxic negotiation. You can speak your truth. Financial discipline is not about being a miser. It is about buying your spine back. It's about being able to stand tall because you are not a servant to your debt. But here is the catch. You can't control your mouth. You can't stabilize your mood. And you can't master your money if the commander, the mind, is weak. Your mind is the generator of it all. And right now, your mind is under siege. We are living in the age of the attention economy. Trillion-dollar algorithms are fighting a war for your eyes, your clicks, and your focus. And you are losing. You are losing because you are fighting tanks with sticks and stones. You sit down to work, to create, to build your dream, and ding a notification. You check it. You lose focus. It takes 23 minutes to get back into a state of deep flow, but you check your phone every 10 minutes. Do the math. You are never in flow. You are operating in a state of frenetic shallowness. You are busy, yes. You are exhausted, yes. But you are not productive. You are not moving the needle. To train your mind to win, you have to embrace the concept of deep work. This is the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. It is a superpower in the 21st century because almost no one can do it anymore. Their brains have been rewired by short-form content to have the attention span of a goldfish. If you can train yourself to sit in a room alone with no phone, no music, no internet, and focus on one hard problem for 2 hours, you will own the future. You will produce work that is so valuable it cannot be ignored. But to do this, you have to conquer the itch to be entertained, the itch to be stimulated, the itch to run away from the difficulty. This is where the lotus method comes in. The lotus flower blooms in the mud. It doesn't wait for a clean environment. It pushes through the filth to find the sun. Your mind must be the same. You cannot wait for the perfect conditions to focus. You must train your focus through the resistance. Napoleon Hill talked about repetition as the sculptor of destiny. You don't just decide to be focused one day, you practice it. You fail. You bring your mind back, you fail again. You bring it back. It is a muscle. Every time you resist the urge to check social media, you are doing a rep. Every time you stay in the problem when it gets hard, you are adding weight to the bar. And you must guard the inputs of your mind with your life. If you wanted to run a high-performance race car, would you pour sand into the gas tank? No, you would put in the highest octane fuel available. Yet you wake up and pour fear, division, gossip, and idiocy into your brain through the screen in your hand, and then you wonder why the engine is sputtering. You wonder why you have anxiety. You are consuming poison and expecting health. You have to stand at the gates of your mind. Like a soldier. You have to decide what gets in. Is this true? Is this helpful? Is this necessary? If not, it stays out. You have to kill the negative thinking not by fighting it, but by starving it. Don't water the weeds, water the flowers. We are talking about becoming unrecognizable. Jim Rohn said that if you want to have more, you have to become more. Success is not something you pursue. It is something you attract by the person you become. And who you become is determined by these 4 battles. The battle of the mouth, the battle of the mood, the battle of the money, and the battle of the mind. Imagine yourself 7 days from now. Just 1 week. If you kept your mouth shut and only spoke with purpose, if you caught every negative emotion and transmuted it into focus, if you stopped spending on impulses and started respecting resources, if you engaged in deep, focused work for just 2 hours a day, who would you be? You wouldn't recognize yourself. The people around you wouldn't recognize you. They would ask, what happened to you? And you would look them in the eye with that calm, steady, terrifying stillness of a master and say, I woke up. But waking up is painful. The light hurts your eyes. The realization of how much time you have wasted will hurt your heart. Good. Let it hurt. Let the pain burn away the rot. Let the regret be the fuel that starts the engine. You have been sleepwalking for too long. You have been a slave to your impulses for too long. There is a neurobiological switch in your brain called the no-go function. It's the part of the brain responsible for inhibiting action. It's the brain. In a world that is always screaming, go, 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 buy, 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 click, 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 your power lies in your ability to say no. No to the distraction. No to the emotional outburst. No to the laziness. No to the excuses. Every time you say no to the lower version of yourself, you are saying yes to the higher version. You are carving out a new identity. Denzel Washington said, discipline is doing what you have to do when you have to do it, whether you feel like it or not. That is the code. There is no secret sauce. There is no magic pill. There is only the brutal daily grind of self-mastery. You have to fall in love with the boredom of consistency. The winners, the elite, the top 1%, they don't have better lives than you. They have better habits. They don't have less pain. They have a different relationship with pain. They see pain as information, not as a stop sign. When they feel resistance, they know they are going in the right direction. When you start to control your mind, you realize that the world is not happening to you, it is happening for you, but only if you are awake to see it. Look at the story of the man who spills the water. The guru gives the boy a glass filled to the brim and tells him to walk through a crowded market without spilling a drop. The boy walks, terrified, focused, sweat pouring down his face. People are screaming, music is playing, chaos is everywhere. He comes back, the glass is full. The guru asks, did you hear the drunk man yelling? The boy says no. Did you see the beautiful fabrics? The boy says no. Why? Because I was focused on the water. Your life is the glass of water. The chaos, the insults, the economy, the politics, the drama, that is the market. If you spill your peace, if you spill your purpose, it is not because the market was loud. It is because your focus was weak. You have to train your mind to hold the water. This requires a level of honesty that most people are not ready for. You have to look in the mirror, not the one in your bathroom, but the one in your soul, and admit where you are weak. You have to admit that you are addicted to comfort. You have to admit that you are afraid of your own potential. David Goggins talks about the accountability mirror. You stand there and you tell yourself the truth. I am lazy. I am out of shape. I am wasting my talent. It's not about self-hatred. It's about establishing a baseline. You cannot use a map if you don't know where you are standing. Once you know where you are, you can chart the path to where you are going. And where you are going is a place of situational dominance. Situational dominance means that no matter what room you walk into, no matter what crisis lands on your desk, you are the stabilizing force. You are the eye of the hurricane. While everyone else is panicking, you are observing. While everyone else is complaining, you are solving. While everyone else is spending, you are building. This state of being is not inherited, it is forged. It is forged in the fires of voluntary hardship. You have to choose to do hard things when you don't have to, so that you can do impossible things when you must. You have to train your impulse control like a boxer trains his reflex. When the urge to quit arises, and it will arise, every single...
Peace and love, 561 be live this morning, man. More than motivation, man. I hope y'all understand that y'all up for a reason, man. You have a purpose, man. Fulfill your purpose, man. Give that love out. Give understanding out. Man, most definitely, man, just show some type of support, man. Today, man, we lack support, man. We just, everybody dog eat dog, man. It can't be this way forever, man. You know what I'm saying? Stick together, man. Support each other, man. You know, if you feel like somebody got too much on their plate, man, listen, there's so many other empty plates, man. You could just put a scoop of something on somebody's plate, man. Support, man. Support is a major part of everybody just experiencing some type of different type of level of life, man. Support, man. It's Peace and Love 561 be live right now with morning motivation. I hope y'all having a good morning this morning, man. Said y'all prayers, have y'all faith. And man, listen, man, let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Capable of becoming. Don't you dare settle for a life of quiet desperation. You were built for more. You were built to dominate. You were built to lead. But first, you must lead yourself. Control your mouth. Control your mood. Control your money. Control your mind. If you can do this, if you can truly lock this in, the world will not just open its doors to you. It will tear them off the hinges. But be warned, the moment you decide to change, the resistance will double. Your old habits will fight back. Your old friends will try to drag you down. The world will test your resolve. It will ask you, are you sure? And you must be ready to answer, yes, that is the only answer. You look that resistance in the eye, you look at the mountain of old habits, the years of excuses, the comfort of your mediocrity, and you say, yes, I am ready to die to who I was so that I can live as who I am meant to be. The moment you cross that line, the real work begins. And let me be clear, this is not a montage. This is not a movie scene with high energy music where you work out for 30 seconds and suddenly you're a billionaire with six-pack abs. This is the grind. This is the unglamorous, silent, lonely work of rewiring a brain that is addicted to cheap dopamine for years. You are performing neurosurgery on yourself without anesthesia while the world tries to hand you a sedative. It starts with the concept of the no-go. Neuroscience tells us that we have a function in our brain responsible for action, the go function. It's easy. It's the impulse to eat the cake, to buy the shoes, to scream at the driver who cut you off. But the elite,
like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's Peace and Love 561, man, with the morning motivation, man. Hope y'all up with y'all purpose, man. Getting y'all self together, showing y'all love, showing y'all support, because we all need it today, man. Support one another, man. Show love. Amen. They always give praise to God. God first, man. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you're choosing, man. God first, man. God first.
The no-go function is the voice that whispers no to the comfort. You don't negotiate. You don't debate. You move. You put your feet on the cold floor. That is one rep. That is one curl for the brain. Later, you're working. The phone buzzes. The dopamine centers light up. They crave the notification. The no-go steps in. You look at the phone. You feel the itch, and you refuse to scratch it. You turn it over. You stare at the blank screen of your work. The boredom sets in. It feels like physical pain. Good. That pain is weakness leaving the body. That pain is your attention span growing back. This brings us to the weapon of the modern warrior, deep work. We talked about the attention economy. They are mining your focus like it's gold, and you are giving it away for free. To win, you must build a bunker. You need to carve out blocks of time, 90 minutes, 2 hours, where you are unreachable. No Wi-Fi, no messages, just you and the hardest task on your list. At first, you will hate it. Your mind will thrash around like a trapped bird. It will look for any escape, a snack, a bathroom break, a sudden need to clean your desk. You must sit there. You must hold the line. This is cognitive conditioning. You are forcing your brain to bypass the shallow circuits and engage the deep, heavy machinery of critical thinking. This is where value is created. This is where master...
Yeah, Peace and Love 561 be live right now with the early morning motivation, man. I hope you guys are up with a purpose, doing what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Getting everybody prepared for this beautiful day that God has blessed us with. We have a chance to do something right, to do something different, to love one another, to support one another. You know what I'm saying? Do not get up with all that arguing. Do not get up with all that malice. Do not get up with all that hate. Man, listen, man, you have a choice, man. You have a choice. You do not have to get up with all that buffoonery, man. Make it a better day, man. Make it a better day. Do not get up with all that buffoonery and mess people's day up, man. Show love, man. Support.
Masterpieces are written, where businesses are built, where complex problems are solved, while the rest of the world is multitasking, which is just a fancy word for doing everything poorly. You are going deep. You are entering the flow state. And when you emerge from that bunker after 2 hours of pure, unadulterated focus, you will have accomplished more than your competition does in 2 weeks. That is not an exaggeration. That is the math of leverage. But you cannot sustain this level of mental output if your emotional engine is overheating. You have to master the mood. And this isn't about being happy. Happiness is a byproduct. It is not the goal. The goal is equanimity. The goal is a mood that is bulletproof. You will face rejection. You will face failure. You will look at your bank account and see a number that scares you. The amateur lets these external events hijack their internal chemistry. They spiral. They lose a day, a week, a month to depression or anxiety. The professional uses cognitive reframing. This is a technique from cognitive behavioral therapy, but it is also the oldest trick in the Stoic Handbook. When a negative thought enters your mind, I'm never going to make it, you catch it. You don't let it slide. You grab it by the throat and you interrogate it. Is this true? Is this useful? What is the evidence? You realize that the thought is just a thought. It is not reality. It is a glitch. And you rewrite the code. You change "I'm never going to make it" to "I am currently learning how to make it." And this failure is just data. You strip the emotion out of the event and you look at the mechanics. Why did I fail? What variable was missing? Fix the variable. Try again. This is how you cultivate mental toughness. It is not about having thick skin. It is about having a flexible mind. It's about being like water. You cannot break water. You can hit it with a hammer and it just reforms. You have to become so fluid in your adaptation that the world cannot break you because you do not offer it a rigid surface to strike. And you must apply this same ruthlessness to your money. We are going to stop looking at money as a source of stress and start looking at it as a source of energy. Every dollar you waste on something you don't need is a soldier you just sent to die for no reason. You are the general of your resources. The 50-30-20 rule is a good baseline, but for you, for the person who wants to win in every situation, we need to go deeper. We need zero-based budgeting. You give every single dollar a job before the month begins. You don't wait to see what's left over. You command the capital. You tell this dollar it is for rent. You tell this dollar it is for investment. You tell this dollar it is for your education. And then you practice the dark art of delayed gratification. You see the shoes, you see the car, you feel the desire, and you say, not yet. You take that desire and you transmute it into drive. You use the hunger for the reward to fuel the work required to buy the reward 10 times over. Rich people buy assets. Poor people buy liabilities. But the wealthy, the truly wealthy, they buy time. They buy autonomy. When you save that first $10,000, you haven't just saved money. You have saved functioning capital. You have bought yourself the ability to say no to a bad deal. You have bought the ability to weather a storm without panic. You are building a fortress brick by brick, dollar by dollar. And inside that fortress, your mind can operate without fear. Now let's talk about the mouth again, because in the grind, your mouth can be your worst enemy or your greatest spy. The most dangerous thing you can do is talk about work you haven't done. It dissipates the energy, it tricks the brain. Shut it down. But there is another side to the mouth, active listening. To win in every situation, you must be the most informed person in the room. You cannot learn while you are talking. You must train yourself to listen, not just to the words, but to the subtext, to the fear behind the aggression, to the hesitation behind the promise. This is emotional intelligence in action. When someone is screaming at you, when a client is angry, when a partner is upset, the amateur defends. The amateur interrupts. But, no. You breathe. You listen. You let them empty their clip. You look them in the eye, completely calm, and you ask a question. Help me understand why you feel that way. You just flip the dynamic. You are no longer the target. You are the doctor. You are diagnosing the problem. You have taken control of the interaction by surrendering the need to be heard first. This is situational dominance. It is soft, it is quiet, and it is devastatingly effective. But all of this, the focus, the budget, the silence, it requires a vision. You cannot endure the pain of the grind if you don't know what you are building. This is where
Peace and love, 561. We live right now, man. You feel me? What's going on this morning, man? That's that morning motivation. We all need it, man. You know, a lot of us live in a stubborn life. You know, a lot of us live in a stubborn life. We don't want to take heed to nobody. We don't want to listen to the daily lectures of people trying to help us get better. You know, everybody want to be this boss already, but we ain't worked hard to be nothing but what we produce. You see what I'm saying? Everybody want to be this automatic boss, this automatic big player, this automatic person that you just think you got God's gift already, man. You know what I'm saying? It's no way, man. It's no way that you think you already got God's gift and you haven't put no work in yet. You gotta wait your time, man. Nobody don't want to wait their time no more, man. The internet that made it seem like you could just skip past all the knowledge and all the trial and tribulation and everything for whatever it's worth to be anything, you know? Yeah, everybody born with a gift, everybody born with a purpose, but you still have to put your work in, bro. You still got to put your work in, bro. You maybe have this urgent, you may have this best feeling inside of you. You may be so have your faith through the roof. You see what I'm saying? Which, hey, I don't know what's driven today with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just don't want to put the work in, but want to be that person already. I don't it could be faith. It could be faith. It could be faith, man, that people step out and just, you know what I'm saying, be this way today. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing because I'm not gonna lie. You see what I'm saying? I see a lot of people that you see what I'm saying that it's moving in a sequence of winning. So temporarily winning, but it's a sequence, That person win, that person lose real quick, that person win, that person lose. It's like it's no consistency, but you can see the pattern of people just, coming and going and coming and going. They got their hotness, they go out. They got their hotness, they go out. They got their hotness. Like it's a sequence of temporary winning is being showed to us today to make people think that we have a chance. You got a chance. You got a chance. You got a chance. You got a chance. We can see 1,000 people fail. It's still like he still got a chance. Still got a chance. You know what I'm saying? And everybody forgetting to guess what? Got to put the hard work in for it to last long. Everybody know about a lick. Everybody know about a quick come up. I think that's always available. You see what I'm saying? But that longevity run, that longevity, you know what I'm saying, money, whatever you got whatever you aiming for, because today everybody aiming for money. You know what I'm saying? I'm aiming for knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I'm aiming for a direction to think outside the box and, you know what I'm saying, alienate myself in the midst of all the chaos when it's just people going in the circle. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to veer off out the circle, like bust a little, you know what I'm saying, like a zzz, not even no straight line, just like zzz, go off that thing like that. You know what I'm saying? And stay that way. And stay that way. Whenever I feel like I'm going on a straight course, I want to veer off. I don't want to go on a straight course. I want to veer off because the straight course right now is a sequence of temporary failures that make you think you winning, but you losing at the same time. I already see past that already. No, 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 no. That ain't what it is, man. That ain't how it go. No, no, no. We're not going in no straight line with everybody else walking like robots. You know that troop shit. That everybody walking in the sequence like that. No, 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 no. I'm over there. I'm over there throwing my arms like this here. Like, you know what I mean? Unpredictable. I'm unpredictable. I'm throwing my hands like this here. They walking straight. I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on some other stuff. You know what I mean? Like I'm literally like off the Richter scale. But guess what? Though? It's the journey. It's the journey that I'm trying to experience by doing that instead of just trying to say, you know what I mean? Oh no, I don't want to travel that route. No, I'm gonna travel that route. Why I'm gonna travel that route? Because I believe I'm gonna get through that route. I already know that I'm protected by all these people in this straightaway route. You know what I'm saying? But I believe my faith can take me through this route because it's gonna be the journey of the route that I'm trying to experience. You see what I'm saying? It's all about the journey, man. It's the journey is worth it. Absolutely. The journey is worth it, man. Everybody know the journey is worth it, man. A lot of people like to live exciting, you know what I'm saying, throwed off, but funny, experiencing, you know what I'm saying, spontaneous excitement life. Instead of just walking straight being bored, a lot of people don't like that, man. No way. You gotta have some spice over there. You gotta have some sauce over there. You gotta have some splash over there. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, for real. We're not doing the robot shit no more. No, not doing that. Skipping past all the good stuff, man. Not being robotic, man. Nope, not anymore. Once God give you that open eye, that open third eye, the third eye situation real too. Y'all don't believe it? The third eye is real, for real. Everybody got a third eye, literally, and it works. It works. That third eye works a lot, especially if you a leader and you can lead people and really help people out. A lot of children can help you out too, as in like smartness. Because when you be young, you be real smart. So I got a couple of siblings in my family that's straight A students, like straight A students off learning, not cheating, just guessing, but they have knowledge to get straight A's. And you know what I mean? You can really go to those children. I'm trying to tell you. And they can tell you something that you be like, you know what? I can't believe that you so young and can tell me something like that, but a grown up can't tell me none of that. Ain't that something? You can. You can go to some of your children, especially the ones that make the best grades. That means their knowledge and their brain is comprehended and working to a level where they're at perfection right now. Straight A's is perfection. Believe that. If anybody was in school coming up, straight A's is perfection, yo. That's a fact. Straight A's is perfection. And it's not easy to make straight A's in school. But when you got somebody making straight A's, that's a real comprehended person. You got to comprehend to learn and stuff like that. So, their comprehension skills is at, oh my God, through the roof. Through the roof. My God. I got a couple of them around me, and it's just, you got to reward those type of young people that work hard to make straight A's and be able to block out the worldly distractions that a lot of us as kids go through and, we be bad, don't pay attention, and it catch up with us. But for a person that got straight A's, yo, that's a bad person. I don't think I ever made straight A's. I don't even think I ever made straight A's. I don't think I ever made straight A's nowhere. Even when I was in probably the baby schools, it's something was always a little not perfect. You know what I mean? Not perfect, but I tried though. God knows I tried. Always tried. Always try to figure it out, man. Learning is so beautiful. When you figure things out, it's such a relief on your heart, your mind, your ability, man. To learn is everything. That's like some type of power. When you know you learning, man, and everybody ain't calling you dumb and having to always keep explaining stuff over and over and over. And God bless the person that ain't gotta go through that because, you know, that's kind of like a crutch throughout your life that you're gonna always need. People gotta always extra explain stuff to you because you lack that comprehension, man. So take it with a grain of salt, man. People with straight A's, people with straight A's back when you was a kid is amazing. But that's neither here nor there, man. This is my morning motivation. I want to get off track. I was just giving out some food. You know how it is. When my table get full, you know what I mean. I give out the food to anybody, whoever wants to receive it, whoever wants to take heed, whoever wants to believe and understand that we have a purpose on this earth, man. We all do, man. No matter however you fulfilling it, man, we have a person. We have a purpose. And always support people, always forgive people, man. And always love. Love is the first thing though, man. But forgiveness and support, man, it goes a long ways, man. You never know that one person, that two people, that third just want you to just say, hey, how you doing today? Bop, bop, bop. You know what I mean? Hey, man. Don't be the person that say, oh man, nobody ain't do shit for me, so I ain't stunting them. Or shit, I don't know, man, don't be that way. If God bless you abundantly, man, give it out. Any kind of way you can't give it out. I'm not saying give nobody your last dime, because nobody ain't gonna too much do that. But that motivation, that love, that care, that support, your leadership, your consistent leadership, your fatherhood, your brotherhood, your cousin, your friend. Listen, man, do not get mad when people need you. Trust me, man. You are the chosen one. And be grateful. Thank God for it that you are the chosen one, because you could have been the begging one. You see what I'm saying? So if you're in a position of leadership, man, embrace it. Be grateful for it. Thank God for it, man. Because it could have been reversible. So yeah, man, it's peace and love 561 with the more than motivation, man. I pray you guys have a beautiful day, man. Show that love, show that support, forgive somebody, man. Hey man, we only got one time to do it, man. Make sure if you got knowledge, try to do it right to your best ability, bro. So your conscience won't eat you alive. You feel me? Yeah, man. Peace and love 561.